Being cheated on has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with that person and where they're at within themselves. However, if we internalize the experience, then we've made it about ourselves. How you decide to respond to the experience shows you where you're at within yourself. I had such a crippling fear whenever being in relationships about being cheated on. That kept me on edge. That kept me always checking their phones and always questioning them and not really being in a relationship. Rather, I was surviving in relationships. So when I had the direct experience of being cheated on, it was the biggest gift for me because it was allowing me to confront my biggest fear. And in that space of confrontation, I was able to unattach to the thoughts that wanted to go into blaming something, becoming a victim of the situation, or projecting onto the other person's character. And I was actually able to find a different door, which was unconditional love, which doesn't mean that you're a doormat. It was recognizing that this has nothing to do with me and has everything to do with them and where they're at within themselves. Yet how I respond will show me where I'm at within myself. And that was the biggest transformation that I had experienced. It dissolved the false narratives that were my programs and belief systems simply through what I had experienced growing up and through the affirmation and projections of how those people dealt with those experiences. Normally 100% of the time when people were in those situations of infidelity, they always looked at someone to blame or to become a victim of. When I came to experience this fear head on, I was able to see past the illusions of the ego, the narratives of wanting to blame or become a victim of, and seeing the door of actually there's unconditional love in this. And can you see it? I'll say it again. Cheating has nothing to do with you or your value or your worth. It has everything to do with them and where they are at within themselves. Yet, if we've made it about ourselves, then it has become about us, and we get to use that to see where you really are within yourself. And how you respond to the situation shows you where you're at within yourself.